All right.
October is Adopt a Shelter Dog Month, and larger dogs are often overlooked at shelters.
Yes, so our next guests are sharing some common misconceptions, about larger dogs, and they brought in an adorable one with them today. Joining us live this morning, Rena Lafael and Michelle Aragon with the ASPCA Adoption Center. Rena is the Director of Administration. Michelle is a behavior specialist. And who do you have with us?
We have Mabel. She was found tied to a fence with an eye injury, and she came to the adoption center through our NYPD partnership.
Oh my goodness. Well, hi, Mabel.
I see you've got all the treats in your hands.
Yes.
Mabel seems so sweet.
Look at this.
Tell us, like, the misconception when people see an older dog, a bigger dog, what the fear is of trying to make sure that these people know they're still lovable and they should still be adopted.
Yeah, that's a really great question. There's so many misconceptions, whether it's their size, their breed, their medical conditions, but really, bottom line, it's really learning about the dog's personality through your, shelter staff. They are the best resource. They're going to have all this information, really valuable information about a dog's behavior, medical needs, their personality, and really what we're hoping is that people are going to walk into a shelter with an open heart, an open mind, because you just never know who you're going to walk out with.
And so how old is the dog? I'm sorry.
She's 3 years old.
She's 3 years old. Okay, so tell us a little bit, first and foremost, I guess, about the state of shelters right now, because we're hearing that they're so maxed out at capacity.
Yes, yeah. So this is definitely something that's happening across the nation, where shelters are definitely experiencing overcrowdedness. But the thing is, more dogs are basically coming in than they are going out.
Yeah, why is that?
Well, I think it's just post-COVID, people are going back to work and their schedules are changing. They don't have enough time for their dogs. But actually, the good thing is the numbers are actually lower than pre-pandemic levels, and so that's why we're really trying to find as many foster caregivers as possible, maybe people who work from home, and of course people who are ready to adopt dogs like Mabel.
Oh, that's great. So tell us how the adoption process works with the ASPCA.
Yeah, so definitely check out our website, aspca.org/adopt, and apply online right there. And then one of our matchmakers will get in touch, depending on the type of dog that you're looking for.
How do you know, I guess, when folks come in, right? Because we're talking about the older dogs, right? And some of them, sometimes they're not the last to get adopted because of their age. How do you know if a family is right for an older dog?
Yeah.
So I think just thinking about the activity level in the entire household and seeing if you have people or family members that can help care for the dog. So that would mean walking them, feeding them, grooming them if necessary. And communicating that to the shelter staff so they could help match you with the right dog.
Right.
I think there's a little bit of worry, too, from some families about the financial responsibility when it comes to medical care for dogs that may have been traumatized. What can you say to that?
Yeah, so it is definitely kind of doing the homework in advance, seeing what kind of medical needs are required to take care of the dog. So actually, if you become a foster caregiver, our foster program does provide all of the medical needs, all of the medications.
That's huge.
Yes, really, really big. And and that's the thing, is that we definitely try to adopt out dogs that are healthy, spayed, neutered, vaccine, and are not dealing with any medical needs, so that adopters don't have to take on that financial burden.
So how long would you say for somebody who comes in, oh, now you're going to show off, huh? Now you're showing off with some treats, huh? So how long does it usually take to get through the process of adoption?
Yeah, so from the time of applying to, the point of adoption, it can take anywhere from a day to, at the longest, a week, depending on just the back and forth with the adopter and getting in touch with them.
What I think is interesting is a few of my friends actually foster. If they can't fully adopt, but they do foster. How does that process work?
Yes, it's actually kind of the same. So basically, people will apply to become a foster volunteer, whether it's fostering a dog or a cat.
Look at this face, come on, look at this face.
Oh my goodness, and our staff, people like Michelle, will actually help you make that match depending on your lifestyle, your personality, and and then you'll go home with a foster dog.
Yeah. It's amazing. So what's your advice for folks right now who are watching this and, okay, I want to take Mabel, right? Mabel, I want to take Mabel home.
Yeah, so again, it is all about just keeping an open mind, an open heart, just because you just never know, you know, you might walk out of the shelter with a dog that you never thought you would.
I did. I went to go do a story on a dog once, and I now have Bella, who is the best in the world. So, I mean, you too, Mabel. You're the best too. All right, great. Thank you so much.
Thank you so much for having us
Mabel,
today.
I hope you get a forever home, okay? Show off.
Let's wag that
Maybe
tail.
we should add one to your household.
Oh, maybe. That's a lot of work with 2 little kids. I've got to think about it. Fostering, I think, is more up my alley for just a time being.
I will say, watching Bella and Olivia.
It's really sweet. They're like siblings, right?
It's the best.